From the broadcasting station of Lagos Television, we want to say a very big welcome again today on Issues and Trends, where we, as always said, we not only analyze issues, but we take in-depth analysis and looking at the socio-cultural political issues from diverse perspective to understanding how this analysis connects with the reality of what we talk about each time we talk about issues on Issues and Trends. So for today, I have a very special guest with me again, who will take us through a call of service to humanity. And that is looking at what that has to do Rotary International, or some would say Rotary. And the Rotary, in whatever way you want to call it, what has Rotary got to do with service to humanity? This and more we will be sharing with my guest on today's edition of the program. I want to welcome you, thanking you as always for joining us. As we come back, for me to introduce my guest, and we'll take it from there. Welcome and thanks for joining us. All right, welcome back. And my guest today, from every understanding of his narrative, is someone who we always pride to say that in this country, that is a country of ours, we still have men and women of integrity whose commitment to service delivery and of course whose pedigree speaks volume of who they are and what they are, and of course tells you so much about their personnel in terms of who they represent as an institution in service to humanity. My guest today, if you care to know, is a product of the Ogun State University and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Political Science combined in 1994. And he equally holds a master's degree in Human Resource Management and Development from the University of Salford in Manchester, United Kingdom, the UK, and a second master in Diplomacy and Strategic Studies, University of Lagos, of course, my alma mater, some years back. Well, some say that as we speak today, he's a consummate professional in printing and publishing industries, and he is a man who honed his skills in leadership through experience in many organizations, which are not limited to so many, which I will enumerate later. But please join me to say a very big welcome to the District Governor of Rotary International District 9112, Rotarian DG Femi Additional, fondly called, sorry, forgive me, Femi Adenekon, but by his full details, he's called Olufemi Clement Adenekon. But as we said, he's fondly called Femi Adenekon, the District Governor of Rotary International District 9112. It's a great honor to have you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I can see the composure, the confidence, and of course the exhibition of what you're trying to tell me by the posture that, look, tell me what you want to tell me, I'm ready.
We just try.
Yes, we just try.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start by understanding the fact that Rotary International, by its creation as an institution, by the founding fathers or the pioneers of this vision, represent a call to service to humanity. But some people still ask, how do we understand the entire essence of Rotary as an international, not only international, but a club of reckoning that today has become a reference in the global world of today?
Well, thank you once again. Let me go on the historical part. Rotary International is the foremost non-governmental organization in the world. It was started by Paul P. Harris and three of his other friends, and they started up as a club or as an association of friends for the purpose of networking and friendship, and that blossomed into service. It started in Chicago in 1905, and by next year we'll be celebrating 120 years of its existence. Rotary contributed to all the international organizations that ever existed, the League of Nations, the United Nations. We initiated the consummation of UNESCO and even partnered with the World Health Organization. It might interest you to know the World Polio Eradication effort was initiated by Rotary in 1979 in the Philippines before it was brought out in 1985 for the whole world, and Rotary invited UNESCO and all other organizations. Today we pride ourselves as the champion of eradication of polio. We only have 2 countries in the world, Afghanistan and Pakistan. Nigeria was pulled out in 2019 eventually, and we are certified for that. So as an organization that prides itself with the ability to network, to give value to the society, to change the face of our world, to create good in the world, we are so proud of what we have achieved, and we are telling our story now, and I'm glad to be here to tell part of that story.
Now, let's tell the story, given the background of the analysis that you have just analyzed, to understand the reason for the reason why Rotary was, of course, created by a group of visionary leaders who today has lifted that to becoming an international club of reckoning today in global perspective in service to humanity. You said we create goodness and we have been impacting in lives. How do we get to understand how much impact Rotary as an international organization has impacted humanity today?
Well, we can take it either from the global perspective or a local perspective. When I say local perspective, at the Nigerian space.
Okay, no, we'll take from the Nigerian space. Okay. Let's start from the global perspective, so not narrow to the Nigerian space. Okay. If that will make you comfortable.
Okay. Now, say for instance, I told you Rotary started in 1905 in Chicago by a lawyer and 3 of his other friends. And Rotary quickly moved to other places in Canada, Ireland, UK, and other countries of the world. Of course, Rotary came to Africa in 1921 to South Africa, and at 1929, and later went to Senegal. And since then, Rotary has gone worldwide. What is our own pride is the fact that when it started, like I said, it started as an association of friends who come together to network and to fellowship with one another. And in 1917, there was a proposal that by the president of that Rotary year, Rotary International president that year, Ash Siklom, who proposed that we should start an endowment for doing good in the world. And that started. And the first donation was $26.50 by a Rotary Club. And since then, we started what we call the Rotary Endowment Fund, which is now the Rotary Foundation. That is the engine room for our service in the world.
The Rotary Foundation.
The Rotary Foundation.
The engine room of Rotary service in the entire world. That is what identify. That is what says a lot about who we are, what we are, and what we do. Is that correct?
Yes. And it goes further. Let me explain what Rotary Foundation is. Rotary Foundation is the foundation of Rotary International, where we seek for support and donation from individuals, corporate, and individual Rotarians, corporate, and friends to support the effort of Rotary. And it was the foundation did not grow until the death of the founder in 1946.
The foundation did not grow until the death of the founder in 19...
Because he made a request that when he dies, any fund that has to be done for him, anything that has to be done for him should be done towards helping the less privileged. And that was why at his death, the volume of donation to the Rotary Foundation swelled up, and we got so much. And since then, we could pride ourselves to have spent billions of dollars in shaping our world for good.
Under that Rotary Foundation?
Yeah, under that Rotary Foundation.
As an institution on its own?
Yes, that is as a body of a collection of Rotarians all over the world under Rotary Foundation. This is not to say that Rotarians all over the world in their various clubs are not doing impactful projects. They are changing lives and they are taking actions. So at the local level, each club still does its own, but when we need to pull resources together to get a bigger funds to support our project, we approach the foundation. And that is why I was able to tell you that Rotary initiated the effort towards the eradication of polio. And there are other intervention programs we have done. If there is a disaster anywhere in the world, Rotary will always be there. And this is the fund, we take this fund from the foundation.
From the foundation to
yes,
support.
To support at the
and
global
contribute
yes,
at the global
even
level.
At the, during the pandemic, the last pandemic, the COVID pandemic, Rotary gave so much money that each district was able to access at least $25,000 US to create a succor and relief so as to intervene immediately before the pandemic got out of hand. And that's why we could have some impact in Nigeria where Rotary intervened with a lot of materials to support the government's effort. And that's what we are still doing.
So we can understand it that if the Rotary Foundation, if the founder had not died, maybe the foundation would not have been instituted to have given more service, to swell, to make an impactful impact in the lives of people.
Actually, it was instituted when he was alive.
Yes,
I said
but the
in
death,
1917.
The death created a new vision.
A new vision.
A new era of service delivery through the foundation.
It actually eroded a massive donation in his name.
And that has come to stay till date.
Yes, and that's why we have level of giving. To his name, we have the Polaris Fellow.
That's right.
Those are people who give $1,000 US to the Rotary Foundation. And we have the Ash Club members. These are people in honor of the person who proposed an endowment for doing good in the world. In 1917, we have the Ash Club members who will give $250,000 US to the Rotary Foundation. This, and we also have the major donor who gives $10,000 US to the Rotary Foundation. These are some of the ways we raise our fund, and this could be done, could be given by members, could be given by friends, could be given by organizations.
Whose interest connects or bonds with the vision of what Rotary represents.
Anyone that has a heart of giving to the less privileged, giving out to those who are in need, is a Rotarian.
Now, let us come to understand something here. I will take you through few perspectives of the narrative.
Okay.
One has to do with how much Rotary as an international organization is changing lives. The other will be something fundamental to Rotary is the four-way test. The applicability and enforcement and doability of that four-way test, some said is a changing game in the way Rotary is seen. And we'll also be looking at that aspect of your networking concern, fellowshipping concern, and the fundraising concern. But let's take it from the changing of lives. From what you have said so far, Rotary today has changed lives to ensure that life is better for humanity and telling the story that life is good. In your own assessment, how impactful has Rotary made this change possible?
Well, it is there. It's just that we do not understand or know it. For me, any child that is born in Nigeria, from 1985 till date, you are younger than 19, if you are born between 1985 till date, you probably have benefited from Rotary.
One way or the other.
Yes, because the inoculation you got for against polio was started by Rotary, and up to today, Rotary funds that project. That is one.
As we speak.
As we speak.
All over the world.
Yes, it funds this with UNESCO and other partner organizations. Though we also have partnership with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that supports our effort toward the eradication of polio. Well, it is the initiative of Rotary to ensure that every child lives and works happily. I was at an event today just on the island, and I saw a lady just for the same service project by the Rotary Club of Ikoyi, and they were giving out diapers, mosquito net, and all of these things. And a lady walked to me on her wheelchair, and I felt moved. And I had to do a symbolic presentation of that gift that the Rotary Club of Ikoyi was giving to her. And what that means is that if probably she had taken the polio inoculation, she would not have been
if she had taken the polio inoculation, she wouldn't have been a victim of the present circumstance. And that is why polio is so important.
Eradication is important.
Eradication of polio, because I know that is very common with Rotary. Focus point on polio eradication is key and fundamental to it. All right, let's look at The four-way test. People still try to understand what should be understood in making the four-way test a reality of life, a way of living, a part of direction, a part of leadership, a part of service, a part of commitment to humanity. Do you believe that is what it stands for?
Yeah. Well, I think we need to say what is the four-way test to them. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth?
Is it what?
Is it the truth?
Is it the
first
truth?
question
The first question.
of the first four-way test. Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendship? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? These four questions of the four-way test encapsulate our life entirely.
Encapsulates
Our
our lives as Rotarians.
Not only as Rotarians, as individuals, as people of the world. If all of us can follow the tenet of the four-way test, we will have a better world to live in. If we are ready to do what is right, that is truthful, the world will be better.
If we are ready to do what is right and that is truthful, the world will be better. How do you mean?
Yeah, say for instance, I read something on WhatsApp. It says that there was a judge who they brought an old man who stole, I think, a loaf of bread, and they brought him to the court, and the judge said, "I fine you $10 for stealing loaf of bread," but he dipped his hand into his pocket and paid that fine on his behalf and released him. He now looked at the audience in the court and said, you are all guilty of the same crime. Why? Because you are here. This old man is on the street. He's dying. The society is not caring for him. So I fine every one of you $10 each. Eventually, they contributed $450 that he gave to the old man. And he now said, if there is a society where people are poor, are living on the street, the old cannot have a living, it shows that we are having issues with people who constitute such leadership of that organization or society. So it's a failure for us not to have an environment where people will live a normal life. So to me, the truth of it is that it's a failure of the system for one not to have a normal life. It is, let us forget the fact that we could have natural disaster, and every government, every nation responds.
That's a natural concern.
Yeah, that's a natural concern. But when it becomes a way of living for an individual, it is not the right thing. And that's why the four-way test speaks to it. Is it the truth for someone to live in poverty? Do we like to, is it the truth that we are really poor? Is it the truth that we cannot change our system or change the world, the face of the world? Is it the truth that the world we have around the world that is changing our world? Is it the truth that is not driven by personal interests? Is it driven by common interests of the people of the world? These are germane questions we need to answer. And that is why the four-way test is very critical.
There are certain key words within the four-way test that is quite interesting.
Yeah.
You've just said it. Is it the truth?
Yeah.
Will it build?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair? Truth, fairness,
Yeah.
goodwill,
and better friendship.
and better friendship,
Will it be beneficial to all
and
concerned?
beneficial to all. Those key words, were they purposely or deliberately chosen to be able to give meaningful impact of those words in what we do as Rotary?
Well, the four-way test was created by Abaji Taylor in 1937, when he was asked to take charge of a coal mining organization that was going moribund, and he had to change the psyche of the employees. And in the process, he was able to use the four principles of the four-way test.
The key word especially.
Yeah, to change this organization and bring it back. It brought it back to life. And since then, because he was a Rotarian, Rotary adopted the four-way test in that line and began to talk about it. For us in Nigeria, for me as a district governor, it is one of the cardinal projects that I've listed to be my project for the year, capacity and leadership. So Rotary, in its own core value, has provided me the opportunity to build my capacity. Because you can't be a Rotarian and just be anybody. No.
You can't be a Rotarian and just be anybody.
No, you have to be somebody.
I must be somebody.
Yeah.
Why must I be somebody? Is
It does not have to be that you have to be in the public sphere. You have to be somebody who add value to your environment. Wherever you are creating hope and joy in the life of people around you. And that's led to all of that you have seen me getting involved.
And does that connect in what today has given you that vision to say that Rotary is a choice of service from you to others?
Sure. I want to say that the opportunity Rotary gives is boundless, is limitless. As long as you keep into Rotary, the only challenge you may have to not being a member of Rotary will be the fact that you are probably, you do not have integrity, because you must be an adult of good character. And you must have a vocation of your own to be able to join Rotary. So if you have those shoes and you have little to feed yourself and your family and a leftover to serve the less privileged, that Rotary is a platform for you to be. It is an organization that will help you not only network and have friends, it will also help you build your personality. Personality in the sense that you'll be able to protect yourself, protect your interests, protect other people's interests, and work for the good of your community.
From what I have here, sir,
yeah,
your commitment of service in Rotary is encompassing. I see that you had served and still represent the clubs and committees across board.
Yeah.
And this is very encouraging. You were Secretary, Disaster Relief Committee at one time, member, Rotary Fellowship Exchange, member, District Assembly Committee, member, District 110 Directory Committee, District Rotary Committee, the chair, District Directory Committee, Chair, District Service Project Committee, Chair, District Extension Committee. You had also served as Assistant Governor over the years, District Secretary as well,
sure,
coordinator of so many projects. What experience have you gained in all of these to say that you continue to do the best you can from your experience of what Rotary has given you as a platform to serve?
Well, I'll tell you my Rotary story today is, well, I've gained a lot of experience when you see people smile, when you attend to their need. Is enough joy, is enough fulfillment for anyone in the world.
When you see people smile.
So
when they smile.
Yeah, when they smile. When you give them what they need, it's for you to know that, look, you are adding value to life. Your essence in the world is not a waste. It's not the amount of money you accumulate in your bank account that matters. It's how much value do you add to the next person, to the less privileged. And that is my joy. Now, another issue I have recently is the fact that there was a scenario, up to now it still happens. There is this guy that I called to come and help with the beautification of our office complex. And I noticed he had a scale in his eyes. And I told him, oh boy, what happened?
A scale in his eye?
Yeah, a scale. That shows that he had cataract.
Cataract.
And I told him, you have cataract? He said, yes. Are you seeing well? I said, no. And I asked him, why have you not done it? He said, well, there is no money. I told him, okay, no problem. Incidentally, as the chairman of Shomolu Trans Association, we are having a program in our secretariat in conjunction with my Rotary Club of Bagada South that we are giving free health services. I told him to go and do a check. They confirmed that it was cataract. Then I now linked him up to the eye hospital that Rotary founded. And there he was operated upon after a while. After his operation, he did what I wanted him to do, and we went our ways. But I noticed the woman was at night would always call my number. And one day in one of the salas about 4 years ago, after COVID, an old woman walked up to me and said, "Sir, do you know who is calling you? I said, who is standing by you?" I said, "No, ma, I don't know." She said, "Well, do you notice someone flashes you in the night?" I said, "Yes." And each time I call back, the person never picked. She said, she's the mother of the guy, Eniola by name, that I helped him operated his eyes. That each time she flashes me, she was praying for me. And she does that every 1st of the month till 10th of the month, every month. At that moment, I now said, wow, in this instance, what have I done? I've only linked him up to getting his eyesight back. And you can imagine, if this woman prays for me every night, you can imagine the number of value chain that led to that free eyesight that the guy got, and the number of people she's praying for. What other joy do you want in the world? That to change the life of others, make people happy. Today the guy is married and is having his own children. So that is my own Rotary story. It's a more recent one. We have other ones. The other Rotary story is that Rotary provided me the platform to tour the whole world, to travel around the world, as long as I have my resources. That is the opportunity for network.
As long as you have your resources. The opportunities are there, are bound to travel.
So other thing is that, one, I have used the platform of Rotary to build my business to what it is. The training of Rotary provided me the opportunity to use that training model to put my own structure in place and also train my staff. Up to today, I run the same format that has worked for me. So if you ask me, have I benefited from Rotary? Largely.
You've benefited from Rotary?
Largely, because it might not be in terms of value of naira or dollar, but in terms of impartation. Rotary has added so much value to me that I have also been able to be a value to
humanity. DG, let me just say this. You've just referenced that. There is no doubt that you are well traveled because you just said for as long as you have your resources, Rotary gives you all the platforms in the world to connect and of course windows to see and expose yourself to opportunities which has helped you today. And part of it is to say that you did attend before becoming the DG, attended Governors-elect training seminar, both as District Governor nominee, DGN in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire in 2022, and District Governor-elect DG in Lusaka, Zambia in 2023. And of course today, your experience speaks so much. And today, you are, whether we like it or not, the District Governor of Rotary International District 9112. What are we expecting? Between 2024 and 2025, you have 1 year to serve. What are we expecting to see?
Well, as a leader of Rotary District 9112, an RI officer, it's my duty to ensure that I project and protect the interests of Rotary International and promote the object of Rotary, our four waiters, our core values. That's number one. And I'm answerable to the Rotary International President. Now, my district, I've told you one of them, come July 21, the district is going to embark on massive planting of 1,000 trees to protect our Atlantic Ocean. July 21 this month. That is one of our projects. We see the environment is one of the areas of focus, and the climate change is actually affecting us now. And we have taken up the initiative of ensuring that we preserve our environment. We tell our story, encourage the people of the world, encourage our community, encourage the Lagosians to take this issue of tree planting seriously. So we are going to start with that. And we are also going to ensure and propose to clubs to do same. In fact, we actually do same every year. That's one project. I've also spoken to you about the principle of the four-way test. We need to talk more about this. I'm going to take this more seriously. I just hope the Lagos and Ogun State government will give us the opportunity and the license to be able to erect some of these signages where we want to have them. We intend to have it at every meeting place and public places that we have. That's number 2. The number 3 is that we intend to get our youth involved in vocational activities. Not everyone will work in an environment of an office. Some of us, to build this nation, we need to take vocational training more seriously. So we intend to train our youth on vocational trainings and technical matters. Now, we are also planning, if resources are there, to build either in Lagos or in Ogun State and a vocational center where youth can be trained. If you empower the youth,
you empower the nation.
You empower the nation.
That's right.
And you reduce the level of crime
in the society.
You reduce the poverty level. You see a lot of youth, young, able-bodied men on the street. Some are over 40. They have not having their own family. And we say we have a society. So we have to find a way of cushioning the effect of what government is doing and supporting them in this direction. We also have a program to ensure that we work hard to get the youth trained on farming.
That's right.
And the farm value chain system. If we are able to do this, we will encourage you to go back to farm so that we can
make
feed
the nation bountiful with food.
So we still look forward to the government to support us in this direction. And of course, we want to see that we continue to work towards eradication of polio. And not only eradication of polio, we want to also support government in so many other intervention projects. Like I told you, we have 7 areas of focus. We are going to work hard.
Mr. DJ, I must let you go. Time is not on my side. No doubt you are ready for the job. You're competent, you're capable, you are the choice, you're leading, and your leadership values and qualities is no doubt what has not, you've been tested, trusted, and we see this in action. We must thank you. What is your parting words in just one word?
Well, my parting word is that we cannot have a world where others are suffering and we feel we are comfortable. We must give life to others so that everyone will live and the society will be better.
I thank you very much.
Thank you
for the honor of having you as my guest on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Very much.
I appreciate it.
All right. All right. It's still Issues and Trends. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we want to host the incumbent president of Rotary Club of Bagada, Rotarian Ni Adekunle, will be exposing to us some analysis of what the DJ is set to do and what that will translate in the connection of that spirit of bonding as it should be and what it is like in Rotary. That you get to meet after this break. We'll welcome you back shortly.
proposed 34.82 trillion naira in revenue to fund the 2025 budget. President Bola Tinubu, who gave these estimates while presenting the 2025 budget proposals to the joint sitting of the National Assembly, says the expenditure in the same year is projected to be 47.90 trillion naira, including 15.81 trillion naira for debt servicing. Speaking on the philosophy of the 2025 budget, Mr. President says it seeks to restore macroeconomic stability, enhance the business environment, foster inclusive growth, employment, and poverty reduction.
The projections are based upon the following observations. Reduce the importation of petroleum products alongside increased export of finished petroleum products. Bumper harvest driven by enhanced security, reducing reliance on food imports, increasing foreign exchange inflows through foreign portfolio investments, higher crude oil output, and export coupled with a substantial reduction in upstream oil and gas production costs.
President Tinubu said the 2025 budget seeks to consolidate the key policies his administration has instituted to restructure the economy, boost human capital development, increase the volume of trade and investment, bolster oil and gas production, and ultimately increase the competitiveness of Nigeria's economy.
Our administration attained a remarkable milestone in implementing the 2024 budget. In 2024, we achieved 14.55 trillion naira in revenue, meeting 75% of our target as of the third quarter. 21.60 trillion naira in expenditure, representing 85% of our target, also in the third quarter. While challenges persist, we improved the revenue collection and fulfilled key obligations. The transformational effect of this on our economy are gradually being felt.
While seeking continued support of Nigerians to see to the successful implementation of ongoing reforms, Tinubu explained that the goals of advancing national security, creating economic opportunities, investing in the youthful population, infrastructure development, and national reorientation form the core of the 2025 budget. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has commended President Tinubu administration groundbreaking tax reform initiative, saying the 10th National Assembly would not kill any reform bill from the presidency aimed at developing the country. Addressing the joint session of the National Parliament during the President's budget presentation, Akpabio said the tax reform bill's initiative marks the first comprehensive reform since Nigeria's independence.
The Joint Revenue Board of Nigeria Establishment Bill, Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill, Nigeria Tax Administration Bill, Nigeria Tax Bill represent a monumental shift in our fiscal landscape. It is disheartening that those who have not yet taken time to understand the initiative, the focus, are the ones shouting the loudest as critics. But we will make sure that we listen to Nigerians and dot the I's and cross the T's to the satisfaction of all Nigerians and for the benefit of this country. We will not kill any reform that you bring forward that will change the future of this country.
On his part, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, says the National Assembly is in support of the reform for the economic growth of the country, and they are fully committed in ensuring the implementation of the 2025 budget.
Mr. President, let me assure you that the National Assembly is fully committed to supporting the successful implementation of the 2025 budget. This is not merely your budget. It is a national project requiring collaboration across all arms of government. We will work to ensure its timely passage, provide legislative support for critical reforms, and conduct robust oversight to guarantee transparency and efficiency in its execution.
The 2025 budget, which is christened Restoration, is expected to be approved and run concurrently with 2024
Of course, thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, it's Issues and Trends. We're reaching you from the broadcasting station of Lagos Television, here in Lagos and across the world, wherever you are watching us. My next guest today is the president of Rotary Club of Bagada, Rotarian Niyi Adekunle. He is a product of University of Lagos. Professionally, is into the real estate business, a lottery concern, and of course is a business administrator. He's the chief executive officer of Lot Grand Limited, Great Leo Homes and Property Limited in Igbaro Farms, if I'm correct. It's a great honor to have you as my guest here, Rotarian President Niyi Adekunle. Thank you for the honor. Well, you have just hosted the DG in the person of the district governor, Rotary International District 9112, DG Femi Adeneko, as we speak. What are we looking at?
Thank you very much, the host. We have a lot in stock regarding the Wednesday commissioning. We are going to be donating medical consumables to some primary health centers in Ikeja. And aside from that, in Shogunle Primary School of Awolowo Ikeja, there's a primary school there, right in the middle of town there. Shogunle Primary School is on Orisha Street. So they have 327 children in that school, and we are giving them sick bay. We are giving them sick bay. We are giving them 6 newly constructed toilets. They have few toilets before now, and the toilet is more or less like run down. So we are renovating 6. We are building 6 newly for them. And we're going to give them sick bay, actually ultra-modern sick bay, fully fitted equipment in the sick bay.
This is part of the commitment of Rotary International Service to Humanity, or part of what Rotary Bagada chooses to do under your leadership as your own project?
Absolutely. Rotary Club of Bagada is under Rotary International. So at the level of, yes,
112.
District 9112. At the level of Rotary Club of Bagada, this what we have been able to put together for now, and we have a lot in stock for the Rotary year, which is going to end in June 2025.
Yes, so what are your plans? What are you set? What are the expectations for people to see under your leadership as the present incumbent president of Rotary Club of Bagada today?
Well, as custom to our club, Rotary Club of Bagada, we are known for excellence in service. We have very rich history of service. It's a club of 40 years old. We turned 40 last February because the club was founded February 1984. And ever since then, we have done a lot when it comes to service to humanity. In terms of projects, as we speak, the pediatric ward, the only pediatric ward they have in the Bagada General Hospital, was built by our club, commissioned in 1987. We renovated it last year. And we have so many projects like that that we can point to. So this year is not going to be different. We are starting very well. Like I told you now, we just built 6 toilets, 6 room toilets. We are renovating 6 toilets in that place. And we have a lot for the year. Okay, one of our projects for the year is going to be empowering the youth.
In line with what the district governor just said?
Absolutely.
Taking a cue from that as well?
Absolutely.
To connect with the vision of what should be done from that district level?
Yes. Okay. So we are taking it a bit further than what has been explained. Okay, we did need assessment in Lagos State. We went to Agege local government in Ikeja and Ifakojaye and Bagada area. So we discovered that one of the major problems we are facing in these areas, generally in Lagos, is thuggery. Thuggery cultism, and things around devices around those hills. So we are looking at teaching, training people in secondary school, because that's the funnel with which the people in that world get recruitment. They bring people from secondary school and turn them to be part of their squad, and they continue to torment and terrorize the area.
The society.
So we've seen that it's a problem already, because many areas in our world currently are being run by people of the underworld. So we are challenging that situation. We want to train our people in secondary school to appreciate peace, to understand what peace means, and to identify conflict before it happens at all. And we're not stopping at just letting them understand it. We want them to be able to train the next person. So after being trained, we want to send them back to their localities, their environment, to go and train their wards, their friends, even train those that are old already, that this is what peace means, and this is how to enjoy peace. And again, we understand that majority of them taken to Togri is a means for survival for them. So we are now adding to it software development training for many of them, digital
Catch them
marketing,
young.
to catch them young.
And be relevant with global markets.
Yes, you can actually stay here in Ikeja and make your money from Australia, legitimately. So if you are in such situation, you will not go and start fomenting trouble, stealing people's phones and all of that. So we want to see how to bring our youth to the mainstream of the world global economy, how to participate and do it well. Even when they travel, they will not go there and be cleaning floors or be janitors. They will be there as professionals that are earning good money. So that's our target. It's one of our projects for the year. We have another one that is going to blow a lot of people's mind, because we will be partnering with some clubs outside of Nigeria. We want to screen the ears and eyes of minimum 20,000 students in Lagos and its environment. A lot of time, we condemn some of these students that they are good for nothing. They don't understand what the teachers are saying. They cannot pass exams. Digging deep, it is not their fault. Many of these kids are not opportune to see doctors, to check their ears, to see what's going on with their eyes. So they cannot see what the teacher is doing in the class. They cannot hear what the teacher is saying. So we are taking it up at the level of Rotary Club of Bagada to screen them. By the time we do the screening and all that, I'm very sure we would have been able to bring so many people to the mainstream of learning well. And I believe that society...
And be a change agent, if that is the
Absolutely. So I believe that a society that has people that learn so well, people that are well trained, they are going to impact the society, and before you know it, we'll have a better world.
The DJ made mention in my reference into the applicability of the four-way test.
Okay.
How is this translating under your leadership as the president of Rotary Club of Bagada today? And
Okay.
what are we going to see happen, shape the direction of what? Will it be shaping the direction in line with what the DJ said of what the district in its entirety represent to serve to the people?
The Rotary world have gotten it so right by putting those words together. There are actually 26 words, put it together, codify it in a four-way test as we have it today. Like DG said, it's a certain Rotarian, about J. Taylor, at some point, put the words together and he used it to revive moribund companies. And a lot of people that were not doing so well with the words is able to bring them back to shape. So now, Rotary Club of Bagada, we're having a focus on selling this word, four-way test, to police. There's a police college in Ikeja where a lot of recruits, people that are called rank and file, are trained in Nigeria. It's one of the foremost of such colleges is the one in Ikeja. So we already signed a pact with them in the college. We're going to be training their cadets, their officers in training. We want to go and sell four-way tests to them to let them see that, okay, if you consider yourself a human being, these 4 questions, you should always subject anything you are doing to this 4-way test. If you do that, you get it right at all times. Because what it says majorly is about integrity. It's about reducing the conflict. What's 4-way test saying? This thing you want to do, is it the truth? If it's not the truth, please don't touch it.
That's right.
Is it fair to all concerned? If it's not going to do that, please don't go near it.
Absolutely.
So I imagine we having police circle that understand this very well. I'm telling you, the problem in Nigeria would have far, far, far been solved by putting our ways to this 4-way test.
So for you, Rotary Club of Bagada remains a reference and a platform under your leadership today.
Yes.
Plus, minus, by the time you're done, what would you have said that you have impacted? And of course, what legacy would you have said that you have instituted for humanity to see the reason why Rotary Club of Bagada must remain the club to be in?
Yes, thank you very much. Rotary Club of Bagada, the leadership, I'll tell you, they have done so well. They have done so well by making sure that the culture of brilliance, the culture of service has been entrenched. And for 40 years, we have not faltered. And I'm letting you know, our project, the choice of our project for the year, is going to actually continue to entrench our position in that regard. Our project, the choice of our project and programs, is going to elevate the club to continue to maintain the #1 in the district and in the zone, because we have a larger zone that's comprising Nigeria and a few other countries. We are not just going to be playing just at the district. We want to play at the zone, at the global level. So we are taking Bagada even away from the district and rival other major clubs in the world. So that's our target. I want to be remembered for those people, the board, that actually did it the right way. We want to impact the humanity the way it's supposed to be.
What will be your parting words, Rotarian President Niyi Adekunle?
So it's going to be very simple. The world is an unfinished project.
The world is an unfinished project.
So every individual that is breathing inside that world must understand that he has a role to play.
He or she has a role
to play in finishing that project. So the question is, what is your role? What are you doing about it?
I must thank you for the honor of having you as our guest on the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
And so viewers at home, that is how we want to call it a day again today on Issues and Trends, where we're reaching you from the broadcasting station of Lagos Television and across the world wherever you are watching us. Just like I said, what will be your own story to tell in the end of whatever you're doing? And in the present vocation, what would you say you have done to change the change necessary to make humanity better than where it is or what it is today? But from us, we've played our part. We can only count on what you've heard. I hope that you will also take cue from that to make the change that should be changed as a change agent for the good of humanity. We thank you for today. On behalf of the entire crew, from my deaconess to everyone in the studio, we say thank you for today. We'll see you again sometime next week.